It was a rainy, bone-chilling night, the kind that seems to swallow the world whole in its darkness. I remember it vividly, sitting alone in my car on a desolate road, surrounded by an eerie silence, punctuated only by the relentless drumming of raindrops against the windshield. The mist swirled around the car, distorting the beams of my headlights into ghostly tendrils that vanished into the darkness. I had been driving for hours, trying to navigate my way through the labyrinth of back roads to reach a friend's cabin. The GPS had long lost signal, leaving me at the mercy of the storm and the dim glow of my headlights. The road seemed to stretch endlessly into the night, each turn leading to more obscurity. As the rain intensified, my windshield became a blurry canvas, making it nearly impossible to see what lay ahead. Panic began to gnaw at the edges of my mind. I couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right, that I had taken a wrong turn somewhere, but I couldn't pinpoint where. I spotted a flickering sign through the rain, a small gas station barely visible in the distance. Relief washed over me as I hoped for directions or a chance to get my bearings. As I approached, I noticed the place looked abandoned, the pumps rusted and the windows covered in grime. It was like a scene out of a horror movie, but I was desperate for guidance. With a sinking feeling in my chest, I pulled up beside the station and turned off the engine to gather my thoughts. I fumbled with my phone, trying to find any semblance of signal, but it was futile. A sense of isolation crept in, amplified by the howling wind and the relentless rain that seemed to cut through everything. That's when it happened. I tried to start the engine again, but all I got was the eerie sound of silence. My heart pounded in my chest as I frantically turned the key, praying for the car to roar back to life, but it remained stubbornly dead. I felt a cold shiver crawl down my spine as a realization dawned on me. I was stranded in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by darkness, rain, and an unresponsive car. Panic took hold as I tried to rationalize the situation. Was it the storm that killed the engine, or something more sinister lurking in the shadows? The feeling of being watched intensified, and a sense of dread settled over me like a suffocating blanket. With trembling hands, I reached for the door handle, intending to seek shelter in the gas station, but a sudden movement caught my eye in the rearview mirror. A figure, barely discernible through the rain, stood just beyond the reach of the headlights, watching me. Fear clenched my throat as I blinked, half convinced it was a trick of the mind. But when I looked again, the figure was gone. I couldn't shake the feeling of being completely exposed, vulnerable to whatever unseen presence lingered in the darkness. In a state of sheer terror, I made a decision. I grabbed my belongings and ran through the rain, seeking refuge inside the gas station. But as I turned back to glance at my car, I saw something that froze my blood. A handprint, smeared across the foggy glass of the driver's side window, with long, claw-like marks etched into the condensation. The horror of that night haunts me to this day. The memory of being alone in that desolate place with something unseen lurking in the shadows, watching and waiting, has left an indelible mark on my soul. And even now, when it rains heavily and I'm alone in the car, the fear returns, gripping me in its icy grasp, reminding me of that night when I lost my way. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.